Good evening. My name is Dolores Cotton, and I'm the coordinator of the Practical Nursing Program. On behalf of Meridian Technology Center, I would like to welcome everyone to our graduation ceremony this evening. We are here tonight to celebrate the accomplishments of these 11 graduates. Completing a nursing program is no easy task. It's a year of getting up early or staying up late for clinical rotation, studying for exams, and other activities. Also, doing without that extra time to spend with family and friends in order to make school a priority is very hard. It takes a lot of dedication, and I'm very proud of these graduates. They say it takes a village to raise a child. Well, it also takes a village to grow a nurse. We would like to recognize and thank those who helped us along the way. First of all, I want to thank Meridian Technology Center's Board of Education and our superintendent, Dr. Doug Major, for their outstanding leadership for our school and our nursing program. Next, I would like to thank Mr. Dustin Hicks, Director of Instruction for Health and Public Safety, for his leadership and guidance, and Angie Richardson, the administrative professional who keeps our program running smoothly. We appreciate their support. Our nursing program has a great reputation within the communities we serve, and that would not be possible without our wonderful faculty. So I would like to introduce them now. We have Miss Miranda Mitchell, Miss Charlotte Pruitt, and Miss Jamie Ramsey, and child. Others who played a significant role in these graduates' education are the nurses and other staff from our clinical sites. Without their support, our students would not get the experience necessary to become safe, competent nurses. So we want to thank all of our clinical sites who welcome our students into their facilities. Most importantly, we want to recognize and thank the personal support of each graduate. You, the family, friends, and coworkers who have shown them support in so many ways. You are the reason they have survived nursing school, and we thank you. We have a little change in our program, and now I would like to invite Charlotte Pruitt to the stage to introduce our speaker.
Wendy Campbell is a registered nurse at Mercy Hospital in Logan County. After graduating from Kramer School of Nursing at Oklahoma City University with a bachelor's degree in 2007, she began her nursing career at Mercy in Oklahoma City on the cardiac floor. Since that time, Wendy has gained experience working on a step-down ICU stroke unit, psychiatric care, home health, ER, acute care, and long-term care. Wendy currently works as a staff nurse and relief charge nurse on the Med-Surg unit in Guthrie. She has held many certifications throughout her career, including advanced cardiac life support, pediatric advanced life support, trauma nursing, and stroke certification. Wendy has 4 adult daughters and 8 grandchildren. Wendy enjoys spending time with her family and has hobbies that include music and video gaming. Wendy has spent most of her career at Mercy holding a bit of notoriety there. Wendy is proud to be featured in many educational videos Mercy uses for their orientees and has been featured in 2 Nursing Times articles. Wendy attributes her longevity to nursing and her passion and genuine love of caring for people and to the support of her many co-workers and support staff throughout the years. When the graduates were asked why they chose Wendy to be their guest speaker tonight, they said she's always kind and encouraging and positive to be around, plus she's patient with the students and she loves to teach. And they love it when Red Wendy shows up and becomes a positive advocate for patients and staff. Please give a warm welcome for Wendy Campbell.
Kind of short, have to adjust here.
Well, thank you, Meridian. Thank you, faculty. Thank you, students, and congratulations, you did it. This is such a special occasion for you guys. I feel very honored to be here, so thank you for inviting me because this is a big day for you guys. My speech is going to be quick. You know about me. Most of us have worked together. So I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on myself, but I do want to talk with you about some things that really pertain to me. It's my experience throughout my career, and I think they can be very beneficial for you guys. So I want to talk about beginning your career and the things that will happen at the beginning of your career, mid-career, and also sort of the beginning of the end of your career. I know that seems far off for you, and by no means I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. I have a lot of years that I want to continue to nurse and give good care in the medical community. But I have been doing this for quite some time now, so I feel like I am in that beginning there. So let's talk about, for a minute, the beginning of your career, because this is where you guys are at right now. There are a few things that I know you will experience at the beginning of your career, as I did, and of course these are just my opinions and one nurse's experience, but I think many will agree with this. There's three things: mistakes, fitting in, and gaining confidence as a nurse. The first thing I want to touch on is mistakes. I think it's important to talk about that. It's sort of the elephant in the room, if you will. But we are human, and nurses make mistakes. Nowadays, we live in such a great, technologically savvy world. It's less likely for that to happen to us, but it still can. And it's okay because we are human. Now, that being said, do not kill your patients, nurses, okay? Don't do it. But I want to share just a quick story with you of my first mistake. I've made a few in my career. And I'm not going to get into too crazy details with you for time's sake here, but the first mistake that I remember that stuck with me and that I learned from the most was I was caring for a end-of-life care patient. Comfort care is what we use the term to explain that, where we make patients comfortable during their time. And I administered a double dose of a sedative. We give sedatives and pain medication to end-of-life people. I administered a double dose. And at the very moment that happened, I remember I could just feel the blood rush from my head to my feet. I was in panic mode. I thought that I hurt my patient, number one, who was dying anyway, but still, you don't do that as a nurse, okay? But I thought I hurt my patient, I thought my career was over, and I was just absolutely mortified in that. So that's a pivotal point in a nurse's life. You will do one of three things. You will be brave and own up to it, and try to take care of it and learn from it. You will freak out and all bets are off and you're not going to do this ever again. You're quitting the industry. And three, you may try to hide it, may try to get away with it. And this is very important to me to explain to you new nurses that this will define your career. It will define you as a person, as a nurse, as a human. So what I did was I went to my charge nurse, I explained it to her, and that's what charge nurses do. I am one. And I called the physician, and long story short, I think I remember him telling me, he made a joke about it, well, she may go see Jesus before we thought she would. And I was just like, huh? I mean, I don't want to be responsible for that. Long story short, she didn't. It was fine. Everything was okay. And I went over the reason that I made the mistake and I corrected it. So it's fine. It was okay. Everything about it was okay. And so just know that that will happen to you in some form, and hopefully it won't to some. God bless you if it never does. But we are human, and there's things that we do as humans that are just inherent to us. So that's my story on that. Another thing that I think will be very fitting to you guys is fitting in. You're going to want to fit in on your unit. You're going to want to fit in with your nursing coworkers. And so let's talk about that for a moment. I think I have 2 pieces of advice for you on that, and that would be, number 1, be yourself. Don't try to be someone you're not. Don't try to be the nurse that you think they want you to be. Just be yourself. And then number 2 is be a team player. If you are a team player, and I don't care if it's housekeeping, dietary, whatever that might be, if people know that you're willing to help and you jump in on any given situation, you will fit in. They will love you. So the last thing in the beginning of the career I want to mention is about gaining confidence. And nurses, the way that you do that is by giving excellent patient care. You will build confidence in how you care for your patients. You're not going to get it from your coworkers. You're not going to get it from administration. You are going to get that from your patients. The better care you take of your patients, the bigger your confidence level grows. I cannot tell you how many letters and cards and sweet words I have gotten from patients, and that is what truly builds confidence as a nurse. Let's talk a little bit about mid-career. Mid-career, and throughout all of these things that I talk about, I want you to know that continuing education is important. Probably not something you're going to do at the beginning of your career, but in mid-career you might want to continue your education in some form or another. But what I would suggest when you get to your mid-career is to try new things in nursing. Go out of your comfort zone. Try a different floor. Try a different hospital. Just try something new, because that will help you to the next point I'm going to make, finding your niche. Your niche is something that you're good at. It's something that you love in nursing. And so when you're trying new things, chances are you're going to find that too. The third thing I want to touch on in mid-career is preventing burnout. Nurses, that's a real issue in nursing, and I can only really tell you what's worked for me, and that is, and I know I've told you guys this when you've worked with me before, but it's when you are on your downtime and in your personal life, you have to find the recharge for you, whether it's hiking, whether it's being with family, friends, whatever your hobbies are or you like to do, you really need to do those when you're off, and that's what helps you recharge to do it again. So that would be my advice for your mid-level career in your life. And then where I'm at right now is probably the beginning of the end of my career. Not to say I'm going anywhere, because I'm not, but what I think is important in that era and what I'm doing right now is do what you love. By this time, you've probably found your niche. You've probably found things that you like. Or if you haven't, go do something new. I may do that as well. But find that love and you will never feel like you're working. And I truly can say that I have loved nursing in every aspect in it, so I've never felt like I've had a job. There are days where I'm tired, I'm exhausted. You've all seen me when it comes to patient care. The kind of crazy Wendy will come out, but it's only ever in regards to patient care and their well-being. And when you do that, it doesn't feel like work. It feels like you're doing something sent by God or that you were meant to do. The other thing that's important for you guys to know, and I'm kind of speaking to myself, is to keep up with cutting edge techniques, keep up with new nursing innovations. That will keep you fresh, it will keep you valuable. And then also, and this needs to happen throughout your whole career, but it's really important when you get older, and that is to take care of your own health. If you can't take care of your own health and safety, you certainly can't do it for others. So it's very important throughout your career, but especially so as you get older. And then the last thing I probably want to talk about with you is just to plan for the times that you can't work when you're older. Plan for your retirement. Put your good nursing money where it needs to go. Be thinking about that, because when you're early in your career, it's about having kids, buying houses, doing things, as with any job, not just nursing. But be sure you're doing those things that will, ensure that you can enjoy your life and, when you're done with your career. So again, congratulations. I hope that these few words of advice will help you. You're so talented. I've worked with each and every one of you. You are very precious, and I hope that you will be taking care of me someday, because I trust you all with my life. Thank you so much.
Okay, it's now time for presentation of the graduates. Graduates, will you please stand? Exit to your left. Those of you who will be pinning your graduates, will you please stand up and go stage right? We will be going in alphabetical order, so you may not know everybody, but try to eyeball it the best you can. As I announce the graduates' names, if you'll just join them on this side of the stage. Rachel Anderson. Rachel would like to thank all her teachers at Meridian Tech for teaching and supporting her on this long journey. She also wants to thank Mrs. Crockett and all her coworkers at Carmen Legacy Hospice for all their support and guidance, with a special thank you to Angie and Kelly. To her parents and grandma, thank you for the love and prayers. Lastly, she would like to thank her kids who helped navigate the computer, listen to her grumble, and allowed her to practice skills on them with minimal complaining. Thank you for being patient with your mom. After graduation, Rachel would like to continue working in hospice, building on the skills she has learned to help others. Pinning Rachel tonight are her daughters Lily and Layla. Bree Bowley. Bree wants to thank her mom, her stepdad Daryl, and her grandpa Willie for supporting and believing in her. After graduation, Bree plans to continue working on the surgical floor of Stillwater Medical Center and go back to school and for her RN next fall. Pinning Bree tonight is her mom, Charity. Jessa Carr. Jessa would like to thank her family, friends, and instructors for believing in her and pushing her through school. After graduation, Jessa's plans are to work as an LPN while going to school to pursue her degree for her RN. Pinning Jessa tonight is Miss Cotton, LPN Program Coordinator. Mackenzie Hall. Mackenzie would like to thank her family for their constant support and encouragement, and her instructors for their guidance and reassurance throughout the program. After graduation, Mackenzie's plans are to continue her career with Stillwater Medical Center as a nurse at Stillwater Otolaryngology. Pinning Mackenzie tonight is her husband John and daughter Rosemary. Addison Hansen. Addison would like to thank her family, friends, and boyfriend for pushing her to be the best she can be throughout nursing school. They have helped her more times than she can count, whether it was being her being down about a test grade or giving her confidence about how well she was doing in school. She will forever be grateful for every single one of them. After graduation, Addison's plans are to continue working at Stillwater Medical Center as a nurse while working to get her BSN at Southwestern Oklahoma State University in Weatherford next spring. Pinning Addison tonight is her mother, Jen Parker. Sage Olivia McCaskill. Sage would like to thank her instructors, her loved ones, and friends for continuously pushing her to be the best she can be, in school and in life. After graduation, Sage's plans are to work with her LPN license while striving to obtain her RN degree. Pinning Sage tonight are her parents, Lance and Angela McCaskill. Raina McIntyre. Raina would like to thank her family, friends, classmates, and coworkers for believing in her and always pushing her to be better. After graduation, Raina plans to continue working on the rehabilitation floor at Stillwater Medical Center and eventually go back to school to get her RN. Pinning Raina tonight is her mother, Angie Vaughn. Briley Minzer. Briley would like to thank her family and friends for their constant support and love throughout her nursing journey. After graduation, Briley will be working at SMC on the med-surg floor. Her plans are to attend Southwestern Oklahoma State University to pursue her bachelor's degree in nursing. Pinning Briley tonight is her husband, Cale Minzer. Jaden Nichols. Jaden would like to thank her family and friends for always being her biggest supporters and for always having her back. After graduation, Jaden's plans are to work in the emergency department at Stillwater Medical Center and attend Southwestern Oklahoma State University to earn her RN BSN. Pinning Jaden tonight are her sisters, Dawson and Oakland. Elizabeth Libby Pack. Elizabeth would like to thank her family for supporting her during her time in the LPN program. She wouldn't have been able to do it without them. After graduation, Elizabeth plans to continue her education at Southwestern Oklahoma State University. Pinning Elizabeth tonight is her sister, Kyra Burgraff. Audra Stairs. Audra would like to thank her family, friends, coworkers, and former patients and their families for pushing her and having the confidence in her to become a nurse. To her family, and especially Paisley and Owen, for all the understanding and support they have given their mom this last year. After graduation, Audra's plans are to work as an LPN for a year, then go back to complete her RN BSN. Attending Audra tonight are her children, Paisley and Owen. Graduates, will you please stand and prepare for the lamp lighting?
They called her the Lady with the Lamp. Her real name was Florence Nightingale, perhaps history's most famous and beloved nurse. Born to wealth and privilege as a daughter to an upper-class British family, she forsook the comforts of her pedigree to become a humble nurse who served the ill with such skill and devotion that her name is a synonym for these virtues. Florence gained the nickname the Lady with the Lamp as a result of her loving service to the British wounded of the Crimean War. She was said to be seen in the dark of the night, when all others were asleep, moving from wounded soldier to give them aid and comfort, carrying a lamp so she could see them and they could see her. Choosing service over the comforts of inherited status and wealth, Florence felt a calling from God to do good for him alone without the reputation. Ironically, her willingness to do good without the reputation resulted in her attainment of the highest of reputations. The story of the lamp is a simple story. It stands for caring and everything that goes with it. It is a story of duty, honor, and dignity. Today, nurses no longer carry lamps in their work, but their footsteps may be heard, regardless of the time of day, and should bring peace of mind to the patients that hear them. The symbol of the lamp has deep meaning to all who have gone through the ceremony, for it reminds us of times past, advances made, and of tradition. But more importantly, it tells us of our calling and gives us the image of what we are, nurses. Graduates, sorry. Graduates, please recite the Nightingale Pledge. The audience may follow along at the bottom of the program. I
Solemnly pledge myself before God and in the presence of this assembly to pass my life in purity and to practice my profession faithfully. I will abstain from whatever is deleterious and mischievous, and not or knowingly administer any harmful drug. I will do all in my power to maintain and elevate the standard of my profession and uphold in confidence all personal
And now it's time for a few awards. So during their time in this program, we've had the pleasure of getting to know each student through all the ups and downs of nursing school. And as a nurse, you have to learn to see the humor in all kinds of crazy situations. So all of these graduates have worked closely together over the past 12 months, whether they were in the classroom, clinical, study groups, helping with extra credit activities, volunteering, or just hanging out together and letting off the stress of being a nursing student. Once they start the program, it doesn't take long before their personality traits start to emerge. The graduates nominated these awards for each other, and tonight, each one will be given a special award of distinction. Most of our graduates could have been awarded several superlative titles, but we chose to go with the trait that stood out the most. So as I read these descriptions, see if you can guess which graduate it is. So in no particular order, here we go. Our first graduate has a soft spot when it comes to our furry friends. She was either finding, fostering, or adopting our homeless pups in need of a good home. She's the best social worker a dog could ever have. And the award for most likely to bring home a stray goes to Jessica Carr. Our next graduate has a very sweet personality, but can be a bit challenged when it comes to time. So for being always late but worth the wait, the award for most time challenge goes to Addison Hansen. She got here on time tonight. Nursing is a compassionate profession, and this next person exhibits this with the kindness of an angel. She has made many patients and fellow students feel better just by her kindness and gentle nature. So the award for having the kindest heart goes to Rachel Anderson. This next award is for the graduate who really likes to accessorize. She could take Barbie Pink to the next level. But it wouldn't be unusual to see her with sparkle strands in her hair. In fact, the first time I saw her, she had sparkle strands. So the award for the most likely to wear pink, and she does wear it well, and she's wearing it tonight, goes to Bree Boley. There are people who like accessories, and there are people who are a bit obsessed with one particular accessory. This award is for the person who has had enough shoes probably to outfit this whole auditorium. She's also funny, and her adjective is rowdy, but tonight we're awarding her obsession. So the Shoeaholic Award goes for the person most likely to spend her paycheck on new shoes, which is Raina McIntyre. Sometimes you can get in such a hurry when you're outside doing things and you live on muddy roads and it's time to go to class or clinical. And this student sometimes forgot to change her shoes when she was on her way to clinical and was often known to show up with boots that appeared freshly dragged through the pasture. So she's as sweet and down to earth as anybody can get, but the award for the person most likely to wear her boots to clinical goes to Briley Minzer. but she left her boots at home tonight, so that's good. Our next award is for a student who started school with a young baby, but you would never know if she was ever tired. Her bubbly personality and her on-the-go mom vibe made her a lot of fun to be around. Anything that needed to be done, she just tackled it head-on, ready to go. So the award for the best can-do attitude goes to Mackenzie Hall. Some students are big extroverts, while others very much keep to themselves. This next award is for our student that comes in quietly, is very soft-spoken, easygoing, and really smart. She can do great on an exam, but she wouldn't tell anyone. She kind of reminds us of a little character from Snow White. So our Smartest Introvert award goes to Libby Pack. They were really worried about these awards. This next person possibly got the least amount of sleep of anyone in the class. It wasn't unusual for her to work until 3 a.m. and then show up for clinical at 6:20. She never looks as tired as she feels, but maybe now that clinicals are over, she can take that long overdue nap. So the Sleepless Beauty Award goes to Audra Stairs. This next award is for a student who's very smart and very studious, and she can answer questions pretty quickly and usually correctly, and then ask more questions even quicker. Her classmates know she's destined for greatness, so for the person most likely to accidentally cure a disease, we award Jaden Nichols. And finally, this last graduate is pretty easygoing, but we learned early on when she gets hungry, she'll eat whatever she can, no matter what it looks like. There's a story behind that, you'll just have to ask her. So the award for the person most likely to win a food challenge on Survivor goes to Sage McCaskill. As you can see, each graduate came to our program with very unique personalities. And no matter what stood out the most, each student deserves to be applauded for their commitment to achieve and their drive and determination to succeed, no matter how they coped along the way. So let's give them one more round of applause.
At this time, it's my privilege to present the award for our outstanding student in the practical nursing program for March of 2024. The recipient of this award is determined by rating each student in areas of academics, attendance, attitude, leadership, teamwork, and citizenship. The practical nursing program is a rigorous training program that is very demanding of a student's time and resources. In order to be successful in our program, a student must learn to balance the demands of everyday life with what seems to be an overwhelming amount of information to read, exams to take, skills to master, and clinical rotations to complete. Nursing school is not easy, and each and every one of these graduates deserve to be commended on their ability to complete the program and being here this evening. This year's outstanding student recipient has continually had a positive and professional attitude and is always willing to help any of the other students within the program. She's had numerous positive comments from the nursing professionals she's worked with in the clinical area, and I don't think I've ever seen this student without a smile on her face and a pleasant greeting whenever she comes in and leaves for the day. It is my pleasure to award the March 24 Practical Nursing Program Outstanding Student Award to Miss Mackenzie Hall.
All right. Roughly 12 months ago, you began your trek up the Meridian Mountain. To summit that mountain, you attended 656 clinical hours, submitted 86 assignments, took 39 exams, completed 13 courses, and 8 HESIs. Now, you are standing atop that mountain, and I hope you're enjoying the view. To get here, you each had obstacles to traverse. Some were small puddles, while others were more like rushing rivers. You made the expedition up the mountain, but you did not do it alone. You were supported by your family and friends, and for that, we are so grateful. This is the first of many mountains you will climb throughout your career. I know you will use the survivor skills you learned here as you move on to bigger and more challenging peaks. I want you to know that you will always have a support system here at Meridian. I speak for all your instructors when I say that we are so proud of you and we are honored to have had the chance to know you and teach you. We cannot wait to write your name and new title on our whiteboard. Now, we have reached the conclusion of tonight's ceremony. Graduates, will you please stand and face the audience? Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Meridian Technology Center's nursing faculty, administration, and staff, we present to you the Practical Nursing Class of 2024. Family and friends, thank you all for joining us tonight in this celebration. As the graduates exit, please join us for a reception in the terrace. You may exit to your left. The terrace is located up the stairs and around the corner. There is also an elevator in the hall. Thank you again for your attendance tonight.